Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for this Tuesday, August 30th. Taking a look at our impact map, we have a few with an approaching weather system. We have increasing winds that will start up today and start spreading northwards and eastwards across our area by the lighter tannish shade. Also in the red, we have a dry lightning event potential that's setting up for Wednesday and Thursday, and unfortunately you see that there is overlap here in the orange where we are expecting both lightning and wind, with gusts probably exceeding 25 or 30 miles per hour in some areas, so some significant weather headed our way over the next 2 or 3 days. Looking at the past 24 hours, precipitation on the right-hand side had a bit of shower activity here across parts of the northern Wasatch here, but other than that, we had fairly light activity across most of the region, very little in the way of lightning observed. Looking at the Great Basin fire activity, new starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow, large incidents given by the open purple circles concentrate up in Idaho and into parts of western Wyoming. Looking at observed precipitation over the past 7 days on the left, dry across the northern two-thirds of our region, wettest across parts of southern Utah into the Arizona Strip and far southern Nevada. And you can see over those same areas were the wettest over the past 30 days. And over the past 30 days, our northern areas were the driest. Current fuel conditions are ERCs. The purple circles you see are near record ERC levels. The dark red shades are 90th, 96th percentile. Medium red shades are 80th to near the 90th percentile. As you can see, that northern northern two-thirds of our area is very dry to near record dry levels on the ERCs, especially problematic if you remember the impact map where we are expecting both the lightning and the wind. Look at the satellite imagery with upper level maps. We have the breakdown of the high pressure ridge still sitting across the eastern portion of the Great Basin, and another warm, dry day, but we see moisture ahead of this approaching trough of low pressure. This low pressure trough is going to play a key role in the weather the next couple of days, both with increasing winds given by the tightness of these height lines and also increased instability and the threat of thunderstorms developing across parts of the area later tomorrow into Thursday. So look at this afternoon's weather on the left-hand side. We have a trough of low pressure here coming down from the Gulf of Alaska. The tightening height lines with these yellows indicates increasing winds, and we'll see that picking up across our western northern areas today. And also this green blob you see down here at the far northern portions of our area up in the mountains of central Idaho indicate where there maybe could be some isolated lightning activity. Most of the activity should be just off to our north. You see that on the high risk just north of our area there could be some isolated lightning on the dry side, so some of that could sneak down into the northern portions of our area. One thing we're going to look at, yesterday we had some explosive fire growth on the Pioneer Fire. We had high Haines indices. This darkest red shade here is a 6. This orange shade is a 5, so between a 5 and a 6 in those areas. So a lot of good vertical growth. And we also saw some winds coming in out of the southwest. This darker shade of green is our wind gusts of 15 to 20 miles per hour. So after some light wind days, we did have some winds picking up along with extreme dryness and instability. We show this because today's map shows the Haines indices up here about a 5. We see the 6s spreading eastwards. One thing we notice here on the left-hand side, the winds are starting to increase with more orange shade, which indicates a gust of close to 30 miles per hour. We're also noticing the winds increase significantly across a good portion of Nevada. Still fairly light winds further off to the east. Now, as we go into Wednesday, the trough of low pressure moves closer. You see this little subtle strip of green here. That's instability developing, and that's probably where we'll see an area of lightning with thunderstorms popping up. And because of the fast movement of the upper level winds, not much rainfall in any one particular place. That is why we have issued high risk for lightning across a good portion of our area, and combined with that, there'll be some portion of higher winds coming out of the south and southwest as well, and keeping in mind where our critical ERC fuel levels were. And on Wednesday, this is model precipitation. These strips you see here is what the model thinks there'll be long areas of fairly light precipitation, less than 1/10 of an inch, maybe a few pockets of a 1/10 of an inch or more here in Idaho, but you can see how much coverage there will be. So with our dry fuels, that's our concern. Wednesday also notice the winds still gusty across Nevada and across parts of Idaho as well, and starting to pick up across northwestern Utah. On Thursday, that trough of low pressure continues pushing gradually to the east. You see that strip of moisture still lingering in the same area, getting into northwest Utah. So our concern for lightning starts pushing a bit further east into northwestern Utah, the Wasatch, and into parts of eastern Idaho and western Wyoming. There'll be some wind issues nearby as well, gusts of near 30 miles per hour. We can take a closer look at those winds through here. You can see those darker green and orange shades indicating gusts of 25 to 35. And these little circular signatures you see here is whether the computer model thinks that there will be downdrafts, which in these purple shades could be locally near 45 miles per hour. On the left-hand side, you see where the computer model predicts that some light precipitation, again covering a good portion of northeastern Nevada into much of the northern two-thirds of Utah. The southern part of it here will be where fuels are still on the wetter side, but these strips will indicate fast-moving thunderstorms across eastern Idaho and into western Wyoming. 3-day precipitation accumulation, not much up here where we're seeing the lightning, 0.2 of an inch in some localized spots, or a 1/4 inch near Grand Teton, but a lot of other areas just getting a few hundredths of an inch. Going further down the road as we go into Friday, the trough of low pressure deepens a bit. Still some isolated lightning possible through here, so we can still see some lightning exiting the region. Drier air pushing in from the southwest. As we go into Saturday, the main moisture with that trough moves into northern Montana, into Canada. We get drier air pushing in across most of the Great Basin again. And then on Sunday and Monday, we have drier air passing through. We'll kind of be between high and low pressure, so near seasonable temperatures, dry conditions, maybe some more isolated lightning in our far northern areas. We'll wait and see on that. You can see some of our fuels up in our northwestern areas could start sliding down a little bit if they get a little bit more higher humidity with some of this trough passage. Precipitation over the whole 7-day total, most of it's going to be in the first 2 days or so that we talked about before. And our long-range outlook still shows a much cooler than normal signal across much of the northern Rockies and into the Great Basin, above normal precipitation all the way down to the Idaho, Nevada, Utah border. So the possibility of a late fall type storm popping in somewhere between September 6th and September 12th still appears possible. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.